Hello, hello, here's Agi again. Let's talk a little bit about universal success principles and how billionaires and the super successful people of the world think. First of all, get a notebook and a pen. You're going to need it. I'll wait. This is probably going to be one of the most important videos that you will watch this year, because it will lead you to a source of a different kind of thinking, what I will call higher conscious thinking. And what I will talk about, you can't learn in college. No vocational school will teach it. Some corporations teach some of it to their employees, but only also so it benefits them first and you second. I will show you how it will benefit you and everyone you decide first. I'm going to ask you a question. You don't need to answer me. I like you to answer you. And after you answer, I will show you how you actually can get that. The question is, what would you start tomorrow morning if you knew you could not fail? I paused on purpose there because I want you to think. You really need to think this one over. Because also, wait with the final answer for at least 24 hours. Because I guarantee you, none of you know how to think big enough. About a day after you watch this video, you will start to get an idea of how you can actually attain what you came up with in your answer. Let's talk about what the billionaires and the super successful people of the world does, how they think, their habits, their principles, their problem-solving methods. Unless, of course, they did not create the success by themselves, but got it inherited from their father, their mother, or family. Then we'll probably, I hate to say this, but they will very likely lose it. You know, there is such a thing as an unsuccessful multi-billionaire. A multi-billionaire can lose $1 million a day for a couple of years, but he's still a billionaire. But is he successful? Nah. In my book, he is not. Because it takes a certain mentality to grow a successful business or create anything successful. And then it takes a different variance of that attitude to be able to keep it. We have to engage in higher conscious thinking. If you are in business, want to be in business, or just want a successful and happy family, listen really close, because there's pearls in here and you can use those. How much would you pay to have a successful billionaire come and sit with you and help you design your future? Think about that. No, I'm not the billionaire, but I have had the enjoyment of associated with three of them, talk to them, ask questions, how they did things, and what the most important thing uh, outside of a mechanics of making a product, an investment, or a service, what would that be for them? There's some interesting answers. There are probably 1,000 books out there showing you how to become a millionaire. But I only find one that truly show you how to become a benevolent billionaire. And that is Universal Success Principles and How Billionaires Think. You can become a millionaire by passive investments and doing some of this and that and what other people have done. But you do not become a billionaire by doing and thinking like millionaires do. The true benevolent billionaire, they are the dreamers. They know nothing is impossible. They are the humanitarians and give away more money than most millionaires make in a year. 2.5 decades ago, about that, a billionaire told me something that has stuck with me ever since. He said, there are two things that go to the bank. One is money, and the other one is goodwill. And they have equal value at different times. Very few people understand how important this concept is. Universal law protects this concept. There is a kind of an unwritten 10-to-1 rule. If you show goodwill to someone, you will be rewarded by tenfold in some form of value. It may not necessarily be dollars. That is especially if you do it without expecting anything in return. Billionaires and the super wealthy people sometimes seem to create what looks like miracles out of seemingly nothing. How does this happen? Well, it's because they think different. They act different. In fact, they are different than other people. In this video, I will cover some of that. In the class that goes along with this video, we will cover a lot more, and you're welcome to join in on that. You can include other habits and start thinking different once you understand how simple it can actually be. I have a saying, if you think like the masses do, you are going to be like the masses are. If you do like the masses do, you're going to have like the masses have. Are you sure you want that? So how do we start thinking different? Consider this. The brain is constantly rewiring itself. It creates new neural pathways, synapses, into new areas of the brain when new thinking happens. And it solidifies neural pathways into the areas of the brain which houses old thinking, old habit, and old knowledge. If that is all you think about, it will tailor itself to the information you feed it. If you gossip, find excuses, complain, scheming to take advantage of people, it will make it easier for you to find things to be upset over and also help you be good at those things, which usually eventually turns around and bite you. In the same way, if you constantly search for opportunities, abundance, love, help and lift other people up, and look for things to be grateful for, it will make it easier for you to find that and also find what you are. In the mind created universe, here we are, you created the universe around you. And the universe become a reflection of you. Your belief, your thoughts, and everything is in it. With a little practice and conscious planning, you can reshape your universe, plan it, design it to your linking, even before you have to live it. Whether we plant in our subconscious mind, nourish it with emotion and repetition, it will grow and become our reality. Let me take a little bit of, actually talk about a little bit about what billionaires and super successful people think and does. Here's a few things. I wrote these down so I can get them in order for you. Pretty much all of them spend time in meditation, quiet contemplation, or deep concentrated prayer, listening for higher guidance and knowledge. They have a very strong belief in the unlimited power of the mind. They love what they do. Remember the saying? Find something you love to do and you will never work a day in your life. I've been very lucky. I've been able to do that. There's been time in my life when I've looked at my life and said, wow, that's amazing that they actually get paid for doing this. That's the kind of attitude we should have. They're kind, they're fair and honest with people who depend on them. And they depend on. They stay away from negative people like the plague. They are constantly expanding their mind by taking mind development courses, reading and listening to uplifting material. They create an inner circle for advice and association. The people in the inner circle are highly trusted and loyal individuals with the same dream as they do. They create a mastermind group where the universal principles are applied. We already have a mastermind group where people can join us and expand of the mind and create just about anything they want in there. You should join us. They develop a strong and emotional dream of what they want to accomplish. They welcome challenges because they know there are opportunities in these challenges. And when the challenges arrive, they take it to their inner circle first for discussion. And then the mastermind group for solutions and how to take advantage of it. The last part of that is very important, how to take advantages of it, because in that challenge, there is an opportunity. Always is. Super successful people are never realistic because in their book, there is no such thing as I can't. They know they are being watched every hour of the day, so they are careful on how they conduct themselves. Boy, we all should be. Here's something to remember. They watch their thoughts because they become their words. They watch their words because they become their action. They watch their actions because they become their habits. They watch their habits because they become their character. They watch their character because that becomes their destiny. They also do whatever they can to stay healthy. They know that the success of any day starts the night before, because that is when they start creating it in their mind. They spend quality time with their loving family. And remember, quality always, always over quantity. They are very generous and donate to many worthy causes, and also individuals that deserve it. They plan the evening so they get enough sleep. They have found that when they work by universal principles, the details seem to fall into place by themselves. They have worked out positive affirmation that they say over and over and over again during the day and as they fall asleep. In business, they do brainstorming sessions about every day, usually in the morning, but also sometime before they go home in the evening. But usually in the morning, because in the evening, maybe not everybody leave at the same time. That is a form of mastermind. Even if you have just a few people, it is extremely valuable. And when it comes to the mastermind, that's something that everybody should have. Companies can have that, football teams can have that, families put together a mastermind group for themselves where they brainstorm ever so often and decide what they want to have for the family, and then they start visualizing it into existence in their mind first, and then do whatever they can to help make that happen by going out and doing the actions to support it. And that works. Before they start any new project or new aspects of an existing project, they sit down and work it out in their mind how it will work. They visualize it in concept and detail, in color images. What is needed to get it done? Who is the best person for the different parts of it? And that set the time schedule for its completion. They do this before they do anything, except maybe take notes while they're thinking themselves through it. From there, they take it to the inner circle, which will brainstorm it. They will in turn take it to the mastermind to start creating it. We will get into a lot of this and other things relating to this in the class which follow this video. I'm inviting you to come and join me there. And this class is something that everybody can join. If you want more success at anything, this will change your thinking and most likely your life. These are just a few things that they're doing, and there's a lot more, but maybe what is more important is how they structure and implement these procedures and techniques, and even how they structure their thinking to get things right the first time. Because in business or in family life or anything, there are some things where there is no second time. And we will cover that in the class also. So if you'd like to know more about this class and the mastermind connection we are doing, send us an email and request more information. Send that to the mastermindconnection@gmail.com. The mastermindconnection@gmail.com. Until then, be good to each other.